Hello, crime community. I'm here to talk about my family a little bit today and about my life. My name is Stephen McElwaine. I was born February 19th, 1951. Although my birth certificate says February 19th, 1953. That's why I'm doing an investigation into the death of my aunt Donna McElwaine, who died in 1935 on July 10th, 1935, when she was 16 years old. She had just been photographed by Clarence Sinclair Bull, which is the most famous photographer at MGM Studios. She died shortly after she was photographed. I have her death certificate. It did not say accidental drowning. It said that there was a interment and a autopsy done. So now I've had to subpoena the court for a autopsy report, which will find out what's involved in this investigation. We have an article about Eddie Mannix beating up his wife 6 times and destroying her career with one phone call on the day Donna McElwaine died. We have pictures of her from Clarence Sinclair Bull with the blind stamp that nobody will look at. We have articles about my mother, Lucille Curtis, who starred in Hitchcock's North by Northwest. She did The Big Scream on Mount Rushmore. I think I did a post yesterday about it and mentioned Byron. But there's so many things, like my half-brother, Lyle Clark, because my mother, Lucille Curtis's first name was Beck, and then she married a Clark. So she had 2 children by Clark, Lyle Clark and Mary Jane Clark. So Lyle was 3 years older than Donna McElwaine. So that means I have a half brother that's 3 years older than my aunt, who passed away at 16. And I have proof that he worked at MGM as well. And my whole family worked at MGM. And now we're dealing with 3 mortuaries related to Donna. Missing transfer reports, missing burial reports. I get lost into all my relatives. We got Bob McElwaine Sr., the grandfather, the grandmother, Bob McElwaine's, well, first Donna, then she was like gone. We can't talk about her. We talk about Bob McElwaine, Emeritus Magnet of Morality, and head of Samuel Golden Productions, head of Kennedy Productions for 10 years. Then we have Guy McElwaine, who was vice president of Warner Brothers, and then he became president of Columbia Pictures. I guess that was about the time Frank Sinatra was dating Mia Farrow, huh? Frank destroyed all his women's lives, careers as well. So we got the Kennedys, who took all of Gloria Swanson. The Kennedys took all Gloria Swanson's money. And let's see, there was another parents too. Oh yeah, this guy I took a class from. His name is, that was the guy I met in San Francisco when I was up auditioning for the Grateful Dead in San Francisco. I was in Lawrence Ferlinghetti's poetry room. But down here in Oceanside at the clubhouse about 5 years ago, we just looked through my files yesterday, and there's a file on Michael Turner, who was teaching about Ferlinghetti in San Francisco. And you see, I hadn't remembered being up there, so they made a big deal about my memory. So we all wrote poetry. So I have a poetry book here by Michael Turner, influenced by Lawrence Ferlinghetti. It was dedicated to an Indian lady who passed away, who had cancer, who was ready to die, and then they offered her a voucher. Why didn't they offer her a voucher like 2 years before she got sick? That's the way the program works. They get you up on your feet and they get you going, and then they harass you. So what do I have to do now? I need to come up with $5,000 so I can fly to Sacramento to have my Aunt Donna McElwaine's death certificate amended. I can at least have the place of death amended, because she did not die in Hermosa Beach. She died in Manhattan Beach, according to the death certificate. That is a lie, and it's proven in the Hermosa paper. So I'm sure the judge would amend that part of the certificate. What I need amended is the cause of death. Where's the coroner's report? Where's the autopsy report? Where's the forensic toxicology? All that stuff. Where was the coroner's intent or purpose of what he was doing? Any extra notes involved? Why can't I subpoena MGM's work? Why is the state covering up for MGM and Clarence M. Claire Bull and people like Eddie Mannix, who beat the crap out of his wife and destroyed her? It's in the paper. It's public record. So again, we can see that there's no love here. Who else haven't I talking about? My children? No, forget about them. Camarillo Hospital. Some guy named Tom O'Neill thinks that he doesn't know about MK Ultra at Camarillo Hospital. Well, Tom, give me a call sometime. I'll give you a lesson about it. I can lecture about it for 2 hours, dude. You don't know what the hell you're talking about, or you know a little bit, but you don't know everything. So I get tired of yelling at everybody, and yeah, I got a letter yesterday from Champaign County Museum in Ohio. I did a work for a year on a book of Lord Byron's that was signed by his protege. That's his #1 student under Lord Byron, already authenticated by the Library of London in Scott in Edinburgh. And she turned the book down. She sent me a deed of gift with nothing written on it. So I sent her an email saying I cannot accept a deed of gift with no information as to what the gift is. Not only is that illegal, that is rude as hell. So have a nice day. We pray for peace once again.